Frasier Crane. I'm listening.
I'm Tessa with Screen Rant. Thank you both so much for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
I actually attended a taping of season 2, which was so amazing.
Good.
It was so fun. What's it like for you guys to perform in front of a live audience?
Well, that's the juice. I mean, that's why you do it. I mean, it's the greatest job in Hollywood, honestly. It's always for the audience. I mean, it isn't art unless there's a set of eyes looking at it, that aren't involved. And so we get that immediate feedback. It's the roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd thing. It's instant, and it's so exciting to do that. So it's the perfect combination of camera work with live theater, and that's what I think drives all the people who are, who have made their livings in sitcom. I think that's what drives them crazy, because it's the only place that it really feels right. It's such a great medium.
Yeah, Peri, for you, what's that like?
Well, you work up to it. That's the whole goal, is to make it presentable to an audience. It's something that they can enjoy and get take part in by responding, especially with comedy. When you do comedy in single camera, no one can respond. You really kind of don't know what works and what doesn't. But there, you get the immediate reaction or not, and but that's what you're doing. That they're like the final character. You're so happy that they're there, and you can't wait to show them, and you can't wait to do the scene for them, and it's the goal.
Yeah, and it's all for them. It's all for them.
Well, it was so much fun. It was an absolute blast.
I'm glad you
to watch
enjoyed it.
You work.
Which one did you see?
Cool. The ham one.
Oh, you saw Ham? Oh, that was
yeah.
right at the start. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was fun. Yeah. It was so much fun. So I want to talk to you, Kelsey, about getting to explore more of Frasier. When Frasier ended, did you ever think you would return to this role?
I did not think so. I remember having a chat with Jeff Zucker at the end of the 11th season, and he said, "What do you think? You think you could do a couple more?" And I said, "Yeah, we could do a couple more. I could, because he's as interesting as life is itself. I mean, unless you're bored with life, you don't really get bored with playing a character. I suppose if the character was just in a procedural drama, you might get bored and say, no thanks, I don't want to do that anymore. But Frasier has a lot of notes, and he plays a lot of notes. He plays from funny to sad to tragic to comedic, and he touches them all, and it's always about love. So how could you get bored of that in life? I mean, that is life. That's what we're here for, is to carve out our niche in the world of love. So anyway, to build our Eden, to make our garden. And so I said to Jeff, yes, we could. And then Paramount let all the writers go anyway, and so it just didn't happen at that time. So I abandoned it, and I was happy to. I went on and did some really fun things and really interesting things, and a lot of theater and a couple of film roles that were kind of fun and caught on a little bit. And when Roseanne started her show again, which is now 7 or 8 years ago, isn't it? There was such a great response, and I thought, no, that's a contemporary of ours, and it's a format that I, of course, love, and people seemed ready to respond to it again. We started talking seriously about doing Frasier, and found some willing ears, some not so willing, and then finally sort of forced it down their throats.
Well, what's it been like for you, Peri, to revisit Roz?
Fantastic. It's so fun. It's a dream. I always sort of weirdly thought I might play Roz again. I don't know why, and it feels so good to revisit that character. It's my favorite character I've ever played, and I love all the things about her, and I love playing her at this age and finding out what's going on in her life now.
Yeah, it's so fun. And so, Kelsey, do you think there'll be more cameos coming up? I know we have some this season, but other characters and friends from the past returning? Yeah,
I think we've targeted a couple. Probably not, very wise for me to say them, but there's a couple really quirky ones even that I could probably say this. I just thought of this like yesterday. I was at the place in New Jersey called Crystal Springs that very few people know is kind of the connection for the character Kirby. Mm-hmm. Kirby was Gene Smart's son on the show, and he dated a girl who Niles and Frasier thought might be the heiress to the Mulva Hill wine cellar. The Mulva Hill wine cellar actually exists at Crystal Springs. So I think I may actually take Christopher Lloyd and the writers to a dinner there and try to figure out a way to make the Mulva Hill wine cellar a thing on the show. I don't know. It's just something that came in my head, which won't destroy anybody's ideas of what the show should be.
That would be so fun.
I know. Well, I called Chris when I was there. When I actually went there, I called Christopher Lloyd and I said, "Why is it we talked about the Mulva Hill wine cellar? Because it is one of the greatest wine cellars in the world. It's unbelievable.
Is it a vineyard?
It's in New Jersey.
Is it a vineyard
No,
or
it's
a
a wine cellar.
So
And it's an amazing story.
What part of New Jersey is it in?
David Lloyd, his dad, used to write for Carson. It's
Right.
1 hour outside of Manhattan.
Oh, wow.
And so Chris said, I think my dad went there.
Wow.
And it was special 50 years ago. It's really special now.
Do you drink different kinds of wine there?
You sure do.
Okay.
It's an amazing place.
So they
It's-
have everything you can imagine, all the
every
beautiful
wine
wines.
from anywhere in the world.
Okay, got it.
They are. I've never seen any place like it.
Well, now I have to visit.
That's a
it.
very
That sounds-
Frasier-esque.
And are you in New York?
No, I'm in LA.
Oh, okay.
But I will. But I can
The
go
next
there.
time you're in New York, go on out and check it out.
Amazing. I will. Well, thank you guys so much for your time, and I love this show. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, they traded your baby for wine!
Do you really think we would trade John for white Zinfandel? Or any wine?